Welcome to Get to the Point. I'm your host, Jessica Spahn, and I'm excited today to bring you a show highlighting the importance of recreation and community, brought to you by the Keller Pointe. Join us each episode and be inspired as we bring you conversations with community leaders who share their experiences, expertise, and explore the role that recreation plays in sustaining well-being and success. What are we waiting for? Let's get to the point. Welcome to Get to the Point. I'm your host, Jessica Spahn, and I have an amazing guest today, all the way from Keller, Texas, which most of them will be because, it's a show about Keller, community and recreation. So I'm going to introduce you now to our amazing guest, Ashley Stone. And whoa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So Ashley, we were talking before the show, and I don't think a lot of people know exactly how you picked Keller. Where did you come from before?
Where did I come from? I appeared
I don't
in
know the
Keller.
origin story. Your parents probably, and then there you were. So
Yeah. So I'm originally from Texas. So
Okay.
I'm a native Texan. I like to hold on to that a little bit now that I'm back. But I grew up in the Northeast. So all my family actually lives in Texas, and my family on my mom's side live in Keller. So
Okay.
I came to visit during the whole COVID situation, and I just fell in love. It's been a while since I've been back, and it's grown a lot, and it's very family oriented, and having family nearby was really a bonus. And so having kids and business and all the things, Keller just seemed like the perfect fit. So
yeah, because you do everything in Keller, right?
I
You
do
live
everything.
there.
I live there, I work there, I play there.
You are Keller.
I
She
am
is Keller.
Keller.
And I love the family portion too, because the mayor was on talking about how he wants it to be the most family friendly
Yes.
city in America, he said. I think it was really
In America, we
super
have big goals.
ambitious. I know. So I think you're right on track helping him do that.
Yes.
So your business as well is in Keller. And so what is your business exactly?
So I'm a hairstylist by trade
Okay.
and entrepreneur by heart, and I have a business called Be Sweet by Beauty Entourage, and it is a mobile hair salon, perfect for these times. And I launched that as soon as I got here. I probably lived here about a month. I bought my house through the internet, so started with that.
Nice.
And literally just moved my whole family halfway across the country, and probably a month into being here, I was like, there's a need here. Okay, let's do a mobile hair salon. So I launched that just a few months after moving here.
And it's not only mobile, it's super fun and pink.
Yes.
Like that, I think, makes people smile.
Yes.
Like you add joy to Keller just by having your business. When
Driving by.
when I see those pink mobile salons, like
Yeah.
I am so happy. I have to be careful not to take pictures while I'm driving.
Yes.
'Cause it makes me
and
super
people
happy.
do, and they send them to me, and I feel
Like
like
when
the,
I'm parked, I need to park.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh my God, there's Ashley's company.
I feel like
Yay.
the pink wears Waldo,
Oh, it's so
because
cute.
people find me all the time and they'll take a picture, and then so we made a game out of it at one point
I
with
saw.
the community, and so it's fun, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to bring joy to people. I wanted to connect people. I wanted to, build people's confidence and heart again. So it's nice because you get that one-on-one time with a client inside the truck.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
called
get to get-
therapy, right?
Oh, yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
used to
We
call
are kind of like therapists. So it definitely felt like that, and everyone needed it. So it brought me joy, and it brought the community joy, and it still does. So
Okay, and I saw yesterday someone was touching up your hair.
yes, my daughter. My daughter is 8, and it's funny because she wants to be a veterinarian. She loves animals, and like we do horse riding and stuff in Keller, all those things. But she is also like the secret girly girl,
Aw.
and so we play with that a little bit. But I've been training her since she's been like 4 years old, so so she
And-
knows how to do hair.
I love that. And I know you'd mentioned that she had been to Keller Pointe for something in the past.
Yes, yeah. So when we actually first moved to Keller, she didn't know anybody, and she was only 6, and it was the summertime. So we didn't really know how to connect in, except for with the schools closed at that
Yeah.
point. And so we actually went to Keller Pointe. I brought her to an art camp that Keller Pointe
Yay.
had. So, and we just thought Keller Pointe was the coolest thing ever. We don't have things like that in the Northeast. Just like the water park aspect, like
Yeah.
this. You
really
drive
fun.
by and it's incredible looking, and from an outsider coming in, we were just like, what is that? And so it was one of the first places we explored, and was also one of the first places we were like, this is something we want to be a part of. So we became members right away.
Awesome. Okay, so I met you at the chamber.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is awesome. Love Keller Chamber. They're super, super active. And you had mentioned to me you started a page on Facebook that I think has kind of blown up recently.
Yes.
I mean, because 2 months ago, I think I joined your page. Maybe?
I think so, yeah, because we met just a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's called what? What's it called?
Kicking It in Keller.
Okay.
So I started Kicking It in Keller in September of 2021. So it's only been like maybe 8 months, 7 months. So I started it really, again, just out of that need of connection. I think on the business side, I dove right in and, found the pieces for my kids and my business. And then it was just like, okay, I kind of want to connect with other people. And I was hearing the same things with clients that were also moving to the area. So I was like, it'd be really cool to start a page where we can all share those places, like where to go, where to hang out, what business to go, what has the best food. So I started that page pretty much on that level of just like sharing all the positive places that connect people within Keller. So I wanted to share that, and then also for other people to share what they're doing within Keller too, because I'm just one story of many. And so Kicking It in Keller is that place to share all those stories and support.
I think it's where I feel like for some reason, even like the name you chose, it feels like a cool kids, it's like where the cool kids in Keller hang out, is what I feel like. And being part of that group's really interesting because you'll see things come up and you can jump in and be like, oh my God, go here or go there.
Yeah.
And so that's been a really fun thing. I know that you were launching a website related to that?
Yeah, so we actually just launched a website.
Okay.
So we launched that last week. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a lot of different skill sets, and marketing is one of my favorite things to do. And I don't get to do it very much. So with this, I was just like, how do we get the word out? And like a group is really great. It's very active. And so sometimes it's hard if you're newer to social media or if you're older, depending on the age range, you might miss some of the things that are happening in it.
Because there are a lot of posts every day.
Exactly, yeah. So, and that's how all groups, especially as the community grows, that's exactly what will happen, and things will kind of get pushed down. So I wanted a resource place, a place that they could go to. So the really valuable content where we're sharing those stories of Keller Pointe or sharing the stories of a local nonprofit owner or business owner. I wanted to have a place where it wasn't as noisy.
Yeah.
So people could just have this resource. So it's really to support the group and vice versa. So it's a living website. It'll continue to grow as those stories grow. And it's kind of like a blog. It's a blog, and then with other resources that you can click on.
So on the website, are the people who visit able to add anything, or do they just go directly to you? Like if they wanted to have anything else put on there, or like, are they interacting on the website? I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. So I guess explain it to the person who hasn't seen it yet, but is super excited to go
Absolutely.
To it.
So there's one aspect, there's a blog aspect.
Okay.
So if you want your story featured, you could absolutely send a message to hello@kickingItinKeller.com and reach out. And so we want to share those stories in the behind the scenes. My husband actually does all the videos, all the editing, all the things that we need to showcase that. So that's kind of one aspect. And then if you're a business and you want to be listed, you can actually go right onto the page and add your listing. It has to be a Keller business. So that's the thing. Even with the group, it's all about Keller. So I love,
Keller, right?
Yeah. So we're trying to really, just build the community that we have here and stay, kind of focused in that. So if you are a Keller business, if you are a Keller, nonprofit organization, if you serve Keller too, that, if it's a benefit to the community, but if you have an event going on, any of that stuff, Keller. That's what it's all about.
Keller.
Yes.
I love it because community is a huge thing, especially coming out of the pandemic. And everybody's been kind of isolated for a bit. So I love that you had the foresight to create the group, and then now the web page that I'm excited to check out.
Yeah, so it's really about it's a social community at every level. So on a virtual level where it kind of makes it easy to connect in that, behind the scenes. And then, but we want events to be showcased so you can go out in real life and connect with people in real life. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how we met, through the chamber.
Absolutely, yeah. The Greater Keller Chamber was one of the first places I connected in when I first moved here. Joanne Malone I met Joanne Malone through another Keller group. It's just like I had this crazy idea of a mobile salon. I was like, hey, Keller people, what do you guys think about this? And Joanne actually sent me a message off of that post and said, if that sounds like a great idea, and hey, guess what? Come to this breakfast we're starting. So the breakfast that they do, I was there at the very beginning when they were first starting to get that going, and I showed up to every breakfast every morning and was just like, I want to meet people. And so that's, I think, the great thing about the Greater Keller Chamber is that they create those opportunities to meet in person. So we like to share what they're doing in Kicking It in Keller, and then other businesses and the town and the city, what they're doing. So yeah, there's all these different places that you can meet in person, but this is kind of like the gathering on a digital space to find out about those things.
I'm so excited to check it out. Yeah. It's only been a few days, right?
Yeah, so. It's been a lot of fun, and also like just really exciting. It's cool because now like between I'm the girl with the pink truck, or I'm like the Kicking It in Keller girl. It's like one of the two. So it's like all in this one place. All these things happening, but
there's more to you, Ashley.
There's so many things.
What other things do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Let's get to know Ashley.
Girl, my hobbies, Kicking It in Keller. That's my hobby. I don't know. I really enjoy connecting with people and
what
helping
about pets?
Business owners. I do have pets.
I
have a dog. Her name is Rosie. I rescued her from the Keller Humane Society. I do everything in Keller.
Well, that's where that makes sense. Keller's such a great place to live. That's why so many people are moving there right now too.
True story. I went to Shannon Brewery to a dog adoption event, and we didn't end up adopting a dog. I was there with my daughter, and then meandered our way over to the Humane Society and adopted a dog from there. So it was a whole Keller day of businesses, breweries, and dogs.
And what was your dog's name again?
Rosie Hernandez.
Rosie. I feel like it should be called Rosie Keller.
Oh, right. I know she should have a middle name. I should actually probably name her after Shannon mascot, because. Maybe.
Maybe
she's the B Suite mascot.
Yeah, she is.
And I do have another rescue. We have a rabbit, Snowflake.
How do you rescue a rabbit?
Yes. She was at the Humane Society.
They really had a rabbit at the Humane Society?
Yeah, absolutely. They have rabbits all
What other animals do they have there?
You can get horses. You can get all kinds of things.
I knew about cats and dogs.
Yes,
but
no, it's a thing.
What about turtles?
I don't know about turtles. You can get a rat. You can get a rat, yeah.
Do they like make sure you're not going to go home and feed it to your cat?
I mean, I think that would be wise.
Do you sign a waiver? Like if you get the rat, that is only for a pet.
If not, we can make that suggestion. We should make that suggestion.
I'm just curious. I didn't know that about Keller. So I'm kind of newer to Keller, so I'm enjoying.
We hope to cover that actually on Kicking It in Keller. We want to do a tour of the Humane Society.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to bring you guys behind the scenes.
Are there any horses currently there?
No, so they're not horses like actually at the building, but they're out like on a pasture somewhere, probably in Keller. I'm not sure.
But you can get a horse from the really?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's the Keller Humane Society,
but
it's not bad. I don't know. Is
it still $150? Because that's a good deal for a horse.
That's a good deal. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a barn or land, but I can make that happen.
I don't know if you'll get approved in the adoption process.
But I feel like there's somewhere in Keller that I could absolutely get some land and make a barn. We'll just get everybody. We'll do a big group project, guys. We'll build a barn from scratch. Get the land, and
I'm sure, knowing the Keller community, they will be all for it and help you and support you in any way you need help.
I mean, I see that as well. So, okay, let's see what else. Oh, I would like to talk to you about communication. This is an important part of our show.
Okay.
So we're podcasting today.
Yes.
That's a very modern way of communicating to people. Personally, I listen to some podcasts because, like, during the pandemic, you feel kind of like alone, and you feel like you're part of someone else's family. You feel like you know them. So, in other forms of communication. When you were a child, what ways did you communicate? Did you have cell phones yet, or was it the whole when the lights turn on, you go home?
Okay, I seen you talking with Armin about this. I watched the last episode, so I'm a little older than Armin. So
oh, see, I would have guessed younger.
Yeah, I'm a little. Thank you. I'm a little older. I saw his episode, and we didn't have phones. We did plug them into the wall. We didn't have like cell phones. Eventually, we did.
Did you have the clear phone though?
I had the Nokia with the snake game.
Okay. Oh, me too.
Yeah. So that was, I had the Nokia with the snake game. But like when I was younger, I was the coolest because I had a cordless phone with an answering machine, and I had my own line.
Oh my God. So, I know your own line made you so bougie.
Yes. And then eventually I got a beeper.
What? I had one of those as well.
And different color
And you kept quarters on you to go to the
Yes. Quarters, girl. They were dimes. Like it was a dime to make a phone call.
It?
Yes. Yeah. That's how.
Wow. I've forgotten things. A quarter was a gallon of gas. Wasn't that right? What was it?
I mean,
am I making it sound really old?
me. I don't know, but
things have
I
just
will
changed
say
so
it was only $10 to fill my gas tank, and it's a lot more these days.
I mean,
so
that's like 2 gallons right now. Ouch.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, it was a funny story. Just going back to that, like having kids now is really interesting. My son is going to be 17 this summer, and I'm a younger mom, and my daughter is 8. But it's just really funny because like so many things that they're experiencing, I can relate to, and other things not at all. And my daughter, when we were renovating, she saw the phone jack in the kitchen, and she was like, "What is that?" And I was just like, "What do you mean? What is that?" And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, you would have no idea." And I was like, "Oh, we plugged our phones into that." I felt like I was like describing some like really old ancient thing, and I was like, "We plugged our phones in," and she's like, "To charge it?" And I was like, "No, to make it work, actually." So I guess
that's how we got phone service.
That's how we got phone service. So yeah, that actually happened very recently. So it's been fun.
Well, I saw on Facebook yesterday, and this got me thinking too, because I was going to mention this anyways on the podcast, but I had a friend who posted like something about our old phone numbers or whatever, if you remember them from childhood, but you can't remember your passwords, and I thought that was funny. But I was like, it made me think, not only was it your phone number, the phone number was 7 digits. We did not have to put an area code.
I remember when that changed too.
Me too, because it was a lot more difficult. All of a sudden there was a 214, an 817, and 972.
Well, you had to actually, you actually had to know phone numbers. Like now you don't.
Well, yeah. And then you had to know, I just remember switching because I was like, oh yeah, my childhood phone number was 232-8708. And then it was 817-232-8708 because I remember when they added.
Someone's going to call that right now.
Well, it's not my phone number now. I don't know who has it.
Yeah, well, now that person's going to get prank called.
Well, enjoy. I don't know. But it was interesting because I was like, oh my God. So much has changed since we were young. Technology's just been like, whoosh.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're doing with the Keller Pointe because you guys are staying right on top of all on points. No pun intended, but that worked out. Because really the communication with Keller Pointe, like I follow you guys on Instagram and I see now you have the podcast. Like, so even just like businesses and organizations are doing things very different because I've been in business for almost 20 years. And the way we've done things over the years, it's really interesting to see how you kind of migrate into more of these styles of communication.
Well, and I've noticed there's like for places like the Keller Pointe, there's a little bit of old school thrown in there.
Yeah.
Like, the community impact paper that goes out in Keller. Yeah. That's such a great resource because they put all the stuff about the voting and the roads and whatever in there.
I love that paper.
Yeah. So we advertise in there. And so like there's like I would never have for particular businesses ever decided to do print. Mm-hmm. But how every different business is different. And this one there's so much of the community aspect right in Keller. It's like you want it's tangible.
I think it's hard for you guys because you do have so many different kind of walks of life. Mm-hmm. You guys do meet the need for so many different people.
Our age range.
Yeah, so you kind of have to be in all of those pockets. One of the things that I love about marketing and stuff is like just kind of learning who like your avatar is, who is your target market, and you guys
and how do you reach
you guys
them?
And you guys across the gamut kind of hit everyone,
which is super fun for me.
It's fun, but you got a lot of work to do because it's like you have all these different facets you have to kind of keep up with.
That's true.
It's harder these days, I think, because you have to do so many different things. But
I hear what you're saying.
It's fun.
It's more of a challenge, and I think you and I we're the type of people who thrive on challenges. The serial entrepreneur types that like love to have conversations on podcasts because I hear you're like on a million podcasts these days. Like,
I feel like I'm going on like my book tour, my podcast
I know it's like you haven't even got your book. Wait, do you have a book?
No, but there will be one coming.
I feel like we should start that as a rumor already, and then like
I know,
and then it comes out, and then when it comes out, it just is such a success because we've already been talking about it as if you.
I feel like I've been talking about a book for like the past 10 years.
What's it going to be called?
I don't know. Well, one of my titles is "There's Beauty in Chaos."
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's one of them. Just my entrepreneurial journey, and I'm a beauty entrepreneur. So and I've experienced business in so many different ways, from technology to salons to mobile salons. So it's A lot of different things that I've done.
I think joy, like you mentioned, is like a theme of yours. You're very joyful and energetic.
Oh, thank you.
And I think kindness is one of yours as well.
Thanks.
So I could totally see, like, I know you have the beauty entourage and stuff, but like maybe if the book was just called Be Sweet and then just spelled like that. And
well,
then, like,
my tagline really is like, be beautiful, be confident, be you. And so for me, like BE is really representation of just being.
Then how about just BE?
Yeah, I mean, that could be it. That could be it. And, empower people to just be whatever that is for you in that moment of life. Because things change and you never know. And you got to kind of jump in and go for it.
And hopefully, and you have to have like, know that it's going to work out, even if it won't.
Yes, exactly. But that's how you learn, even if it doesn't work out. I mean, I just wrote a thing about that this morning is like, you only fail if you don't try. So,
exactly.
So yeah, that's it. But just try and try again and try again and try again until you get it right. That's it.
Well, speaking of trying, I have a gift for you, and this is like super fun to me because I am a huge trucker hat fan. So I feel like for closing out the show today.
Wait, I have a gift for you.
Oh, you have a gift for me?
Yeah, I have a gift for you.
What?
Where? Oh, it's right here.
Aww.
Since I knew when we met, you were. That was a perfect segue. I knew that you loved cats, and I was just like, I had just met you, and you were such an interesting. Fantastic,
is a very good word. Thank you.
But in a good way. In a good way. Memorable. How about that? Memorable.
Okay, I like it.
And so I knew that you liked cats. And it's like, I don't even know if you play cards.
I don't know if I do either, but I feel like throwback. Yeah,
super throwback. But I was on vacation and I seen that. And I was like, that's such a weird thing. It's cat cards. And oh my gosh, I know a really cool weird chick. And I'm going to give this to her. So there's that.
I love it. Okay, so.
Let's not mess up my bangs.
Well, let's
we make sure the hair is cute.
Exactly. We have to look good in this.
I have such a little head.
Do we look good? How's we look styling? Okay, so to close out the show, we know how to end it, right? You've seen me every time in the chamber.
I know how this goes.
Right, so let's look at this one first, and then I'll have you look at yours to end it.
Okay, so I'm going this way?
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
What are you waiting for? Get to the point.
I totally messed that up. Are we pointing to the hat? Get to the point.
We'll try it again.
All right, ready? What are you
waiting for?
Get to the point.